Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to Rooted in Chaos podcast. I am your host, Ashley, and this is the first episode. This is the first episode. So I made it, guys. I finally decided to do something and put my foot forward. So here we are. Here we are. I am someone who's just learning to heal out loud while living with ADHD and BPD. So I wanted to create a space where I could just be real and raw with all of my feelings. I want to learn some things. I want to share the things I learn. I want to experience some things. I want to talk to some friends. I want to create this space where I can learn. You can learn. We can grow. We can just overcome whatever obstacles that we are going through. So let's just get into it. So I'm just going to go through, just as the first episode, just go through a few things, let you know who I am and why I am truly here. So why did I do this podcast? I started this podcast because I just got tired of feeling like I was too much. I got tired of feeling like I was not enough. And between feeling both of those things at the same time, I just didn't know where else to go, what else to do, who else to talk to, or where is the starting point in general. So I know that there's so many mental health spaces out there, but I feel like there's not many that truly speak to the chaos that comes with the emotional intensity and the neurodivergence of it. I didn't want to just survive it. I wanted to understand it. I want to grow through it and create a space for others to do the same. You know, when we say grow through it, we know that's going to be where we are going to grow through everything, the good, the bad, the uglies. There's lots of uglies, but that's the point of growth. We have to grow. We have to go through it in order to get through it. So this podcast is definitely a space for the feelers. It's definitely a space for the deep thinkers, the overthinkers, and anyone who's ever asked, what is wrong with me? That is a question that probably comes up maybe, if not every day, but at least a couple times a week. Is just something that's very frequent. But guess what? There's a spoiler alert. Want to know what that spoiler alert is? There's nothing wrong. You're not broken. You're just navigating a world that doesn't always get you. I get you, but not everybody's going to get you. But let's talk about it. So before we go to anything of expectations of what did I learn, I just want to give you guys a little backstory, a little bit about me, if that's okay. So I was diagnosed with ADHD and BPD, of course, as an adult. It's been about, might be a year and a half now. Might be a year and a half, might be 2 years. I have to go back and look and see when that official date was. But honestly, when I got that diagnosis, it felt like someone finally just turned the lights on. Like it was just, for so long, I thought I was just bad at being a human. I was disorganized. I was forgetful, impulsive, still kind of overly emotional, quick to the anger, and quicker to spiral. Does that sound familiar with anyone? It's okay. Some days I just felt on top of the world, like I was finally thriving. But of course, like any other ups, you got to come down. So other days I couldn't even just get out of the bed. The problem with that is I didn't know if it was either depression or if it was just my ADHD or if it was just the BPD and everybody just working against each other at that moment. But there were times that I missed important deadlines. You know, there's been canceled plans, or I just get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed a lot. And I'm just glad that I'm finally in a place that I can identify that feeling. I can finally identify when I just need to kind of just take a break. Before, I just kept trying to, I guess, going through it and going through it, not understanding what the feeling was or what it meant to actually do, is probably when I started spiraling. So I will say I'm I'm not healed. I'm trying to heal. Let me be clear. I'm not healed, so I still have those days. But I feel like with the skills from therapy, which I'm definitely going to share with you guys as I keep learning stuff, like I said, I'm going to keep letting you guys know too. But through those skills, it just helped me definitely, identify those things. But with it all, I always knew there was something different, but I always put that thought to the back of my head. I knew that I wasn't the same, as some of my friends, or I wasn't the same of just the individual that I just met, but I always just looked at myself and just probably just put blame on myself, or just knowing that it was just something a little bit different about myself. I just accepted everything that would go wrong. I just accepted that I was the reason for it, because I felt like nobody understood me. I felt like there's there was just no means to continuous happiness. I didn't even know what the word happiness or peace really meant. I'm learning, but again, this is a journey, right? It's a journey, and what my hopes and expectations from this podcast is just letting you know that the podcast isn't just about ADHD and BPD. I just want to be clear, because this isn't just for wanting everyone that is diagnosed with either or to only listen to it, because we do have loved ones that don't understand too. Our loved ones who would like to get to know, loved ones that like to learn as well. So I want to create this space for everyone, because it's about being human. It's about healing in real life, because of course, we have jobs, we have kids, relationships, we go to therapy, we're gonna have meltdowns, and we're gonna have the small wins. So I celebrate the small wins, the medium wins, and the big wins. So there's gonna be lots of that talk, because I like to celebrate anything positive. So the more positive that comes through, I'm gonna talk more and more about that, because that's what we need to always focus on when we have in our moments. What you can expect from me. Let's talk about what you guys can expect. You can expect weekly episodes. I'm going to have some where it's just me, some with guests, where we're going to talk about real life stuff. The real stuff, parenting through this chaos, loving through the chaos, working through the chaos, and still finding moments of peace in between. I feel like through this podcast, we're going to laugh. I feel like we're going to cry sometimes. Sometimes we're going to just reflect. Sometimes we might just rage a little, because this is a safe space, okay? This is a safe space. And I don't think I've used that word in a long time. Safe. It just gives me chills, y'all, just to hear about that. But this is a safe space. So like I said, it's gonna be for everything. Putting everything out there, and it's okay. It is gonna be okay, y'all. I promise. But with this being my first episode, I'm not gonna talk your ear off on everything, because I just kind of wanted to introduce myself, and just say hey. But every episode, I do want to end with a rooted affirmation. So before we wrap up, here is your rooted affirmation. Your intensity is not too much. Your emotions are not wrong, and you're not broken. You're just learning to navigate a world that wasn't built with your kind of magic in mind. I like that one. So if this episode, I know it's the first one, but if this episode resonated with you, I hope you'll share it with someone who needs it. Be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is at Rooted with Ashley. I'd love to hear what your chaos looks like. I know that sounds weird, but I would love to hear what your chaos looks like and how you're going with it. All right. See you guys next time. Have a good one.